Okay, you guys, so this video is all about my story on how I got third party to leave without even really knowing what I was doing, and also how I got ghosted and why I believe I got ghosted, and what has changed from then until now, and how I figured all that out. So it's going to be a good informative video, and if that sounds interesting, just keep on watching. So basically, I was working a remote job at the time. This was quite a long time ago, okay? This is before any of the stuff, before Law of Assumption was even really on YouTube. It was like a long time ago. But anyway, so I had a stay-at-home job just at the time and decided I wanted to go traveling. I felt like I also wanted to figure out more about myself and even what I wanted in a relationship. So I decided to leave the relationship at the time and just go on a self journey and just go traveling, and also figuring out what I really actually wanted in life as well. So I went away and did all that and got to know myself better, and it was really amazing. And in the process of doing that, I actually realized I had a realization that I actually did want him back. Like, I just kind of had a moment where I was like, okay, wait, like, I actually do believe we're probably meant to be, and I want to go see, you know? And of course, I didn't know for sure, and I kind of at the time, like, I think I was still transitioning from law of attraction to law of assumption, or I was sort of like, I believe it was around that time. But anyway, so I had just really started imagining being with him. You know, I was having all these amazing visuals and loving the visuals I was having, and just feeling immersed in my reality with him, you know, even imagining marriage, which I wasn't even sure at the time that I actually truly wanted. I was just something that was coming into my mind, imagining, you know, in an imagining sense. So I thought, like, okay, like, I'm gonna just go with whatever was coming up as far as things that sounded good to me, right? And you know, getting into the mode of just kind of being on my own and thinking about all the possibilities to me really gave me the clarity that I actually probably did want him back. So I basically decided, like, this is gonna happen. You know, we're gonna get back together. And like, I was really excited, really happy, really, you know, in my visuals, very looking forward to all of the unfolding and everything. And so I came back, and being the bold person that I am, I contacted him. I was like, hey, what's up? Let's you know, meet up, you know, what, you know, let's do something, and you know, let's hang out. And he proceeds to tell me that there's someone, he's in a serious relationship and he's living with someone. And this was like 6 months later, I guess. Or maybe I was gone for, yeah, maybe 7 or 8 months. So it must have been, you know, quite a while, you know, enough time for him to move on, basically. So I was heartbroken, to say the least, okay? I literally went home, like, I remember finding out on a Sunday. I went home and I cried the entire night. I think it was probably 24 hours. Like, I started in the afternoon and didn't finish till the next day in the afternoon, like Monday afternoon. So I was pretty upset. I was pretty distraught. I felt like I was defeated, and what was I even doing imagining this situation? Like, am I crazy? Like, I know how this works, but does it really, like, am I really supposed to get what I actually want, you know? And like, I think I know how this works. Like, I think I trust it, right? I had all those thoughts and fears coming up, which we all have, right? It's like when we're challenged in any way, right? And we can see what our true fears are when we're challenged, right? Because we just have like a moment where we're just struggling, right? So I thought, you know, I thought about if this even works, or am I powerful enough, or am I just like weak? Am I just not, you know, am I just a bad creator, or what is this, right? So I had a very struggle moment struggling time, struggling few days. Okay. Hi guys. So bulldozers gotta bulldoze apparently. So that video got sort of, the sound quality was kind of crappy, so I'm gonna finish it now here. So anyway, after I cried it out, I was overwhelmed with sadness. I kind of just, honestly, this was before any like 3P stuff was online about any of this stuff. I wasn't even really looking online anyway. Sorry about the angles, guys. I'm just like, this camera setup is a little weird today. But anyway, so it was before there was anything online about a third party or anything. And I don't even really think I was looking online anyway. I was literally just basically doing my own thing. And I just was so fed up with having come back and being so sad. I just was like, no, whatever. I guess, you know, what I did was persist, basically. But I was very, very distraught that entire week. Like, it's not like I persisted and I was like happy and living in my end. No, I wasn't doing that. I was super sad, crying the whole time, like maybe having spurts of maybe feeling good. But anyway, the point is, third party went away, right? I don't even know what happened, but she ended up moving out. And then what happened was, I think even maybe it was like a week later, I remember she moved out, and then he called me immediately and he was like, oh, come over. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went over there and I was a little weird about it, right? Because I had just been in this other reality where there was this person there, right? So for me, it was an adjustment, and I had a lot of stuff going on. So quite quickly after that, this doesn't end there, right? I lost him again. So, and he ended up ghosting me, and this is why. And I didn't really realize all the stuff that was going on in the background of my mind when I was back with him. Like, we kind of were back together, but there were all these stories I was telling myself. For example, I thought he just needed time to figure things out. I thought he wanted to be alone. I figured he was doing his own thing, or that's what it looked like, right? This was all the three. I was really taking in what I was seeing as, you know, evidence of what was true, right? So I made all those mistakes because I was so emotional about it, right? And so when we're emotional, we can sort of lose our faculties a little bit, right? So we can sort of get out of sorts or sort of get thrown off when you're really, really emotional about something. And that's what I've learned throughout years and years of doing this, right? So those were some things. I had an old story playing of him as well, about, maybe being non-committal, or just kind of being wishy-washy, or maybe not being all in, or just having these like other focuses, maybe, you know, at times. I mean, at times, of course, we were all in together, but at times throughout, sometimes when we were back together at points, his focus was other places, right? So I was sort of making a conglomeration, like a collage of all of the bad things, and that's what I had in my head, right? And I do think we naturally are, at least I was, sort of erring on the negative side when it came to things like this, right? Because we're just taught like it doesn't work out, or, you know, there's always something, right? And there's all these phrases around, and people don't want you to get hurt, so they try to protect you in saying, oh, you know, don't get your hopes up, or, you know, always look out, watch out for, you know, when the other shoe drops or whatever. You know, we're always looking out for something bad, right? We're never really reveling in the good, or unless we train our minds, right? Unless we train ourselves to revel in the good. So yeah, I'm just being honest about what exactly I was thinking, and it actually took me a long time to realize all of the things I was doing in order for him to ghost me, right? And it was a lot of stuff. You know, I had a bad old story of him playing, like I said, and then I had a new bad story of him playing, right? I thought of the fact that he probably needs to be single for a while, or he's doing his own thing, or he loves being single. You know, I had all these ideas in my head like that. Okay, so there was 2 bad stories, old and new. It's not like I came in with a whole fresh new perspective of him. I literally looked at him the same. And this was just one of the times I recreated him. But I'm telling you this time so you know it doesn't always go smoothly. You can get a third party to leave and then you still get ghosted, right? And this is what happened to me. And this is why. And so this can make you more aware of what you are doing in your own life. I'm not saying you're going to have these exact negative things playing in your head, but you might have something similar. Some other things that were going on in my head were I had new insecurities. Like, he wants something fresh and interesting, you know, and that's a thought we can all have, we could possibly all have too, right? Like, oh, they're not interested in the old, like, I'm kind of like old news to him, you know. He probably wants something more fresh, more interesting, more, you know, different, you know, because men are always wanting diversity and something new, you know. Instead of telling myself, no, he's comfortable with me, you know, he already loves me, he would want me, right? Like, I had all these other stories that were against me playing in my head. So what other things? Anyway, down here it says I was unaware of all the stuff going on in my head, and it took a while to figure it out, which it did. It took me quite a while to realize, oh my gosh, I have literally been telling myself all this bad stuff, and sometimes we are totally unaware of what's going on in there, you know, and it can lead to a ghosting situation, or a no contact, or a situation where someone tells you they don't want to be with you, or they have other priorities, or they rather be with someone else, you know. It can lead to any of that. The other thing I would say I was doing like a try hard sort of thing. I felt like because I had sort of been rejected, I felt I was trying too hard. Like, I was wearing makeup I might not normally wear, or I was kind of like dressing up when I really feel like I might have been more casual, you know, certain circumstances. So I really wasn't being myself, which is something to check in with yourself. You know, are you being yourself? Are you true to yourself, knowing that you are good enough the way you are? Because me now would just show up in whatever I felt comfortable in and know that I'm good enough, right? Or more than good enough, way better than good enough, you know? So there's a big difference between the person I am now and the person I was that was getting ghosted, okay? So I just wanted to point this out. I hope this video was really informative and you loved it, and thumbs me up if you did. And also, I'm still running the what is it? The free giveaway of a coaching session with me. It's gonna be my birthday in a few days. I'm a Capricorn. Actually, I'm Aquarius Capricorn cusp. Not that that matters, but there are some, I do resonate with some of it, obviously. So anyway, I just wanted to, yeah, let you guys know that I'm still doing that. If you guys want to comment, I actually was wondering where you guys are all from. I had that idea the other day, because a lot of people, when I look at the analytics, are from India. So I really want to know, and I know I've done coaching in the US, and then, you know, Italy, and then different countries actually, but a lot of people are in the US. So I'm just curious. So if you want to type down below where you guys are from, that'll enter you into it. And my sister's gonna pick, I think tonight, she's gonna run through all the comments and just choose. I think might even not read them, but she might read them and then choose one she likes. So so anyway, I love you guys. I will see you next time. Talk to you later. Oh yes, also, if you love Neville and you love changing your life and transformation and my unique perspective, stick around. I'd love to have you. Bye guys.